What Lily is doing, and I hope people do understand exactly what Lily is actually doing and what that actually means. So I'm going to get right into the subject today of what this means and why it's important to see it and what you should do. So Lily is certainly letting me know that she would like to come out. And you may, if you watch other people's videos that have snakes, whether they're in an enclosure, which very many don't keep their snakes in enclosures, they're in tubs, but often you can see the front of tubs and you'll see a snake doing this. And what they're saying is, can you open the door? So that's exactly what I'm going to do for my Lily, is open the door, because that is what you should do. End of story. People will define it as, oh, they're hungry, they just want food, pretty much. So that's why they're at the front of the door, or tub, whatever. But they don't open the door, do they? I've seen so many videos where snakes have been so active at the front of their tub, and it not relating to, well, it's feeding day, or I've got rats thawing, or something along those lines. You know, the snake is fed, it's a couple of days later, they've digested and they're at the door. Lily, you're not at the door because you're hungry, because you're actually not eating at the moment, are you? You are on strike, you could say, which I might add at this particular point is really very normal for Lily, because I know her and I know her pattern, and I've not studied her, I've just been around her for so long and observed all her different bits and pieces, and I know what is going on, and I'm not worried, and I know she will eat again. I don't know whether that will be in a month or 2 months, but in between, you know, I don't stop. Every couple of weeks, not every week, every couple of weeks, I'll offer her a mouse and see how she goes. I only get one out, thaw it out. If she doesn't eat it, fine. But thawing out 10 or 12, well, 8 to 10, I should say, I don't do at this time of the year when it comes to Lily. But getting back to, you know, snakes at the door, snakes at the front of their tubs, they're telling you something. They are saying, get me out. I want to get out of here. Are they trying to escape? You know, not if they're well established and they've been with you for quite some time. What's that length of time? It depends on the interaction that you have chosen to have with your snakes more than anything. If you've chosen to ignore them, have nothing really much to do with them apart from opening their tub, cleaning their water, cleaning up their mess, offering them a meal, then you really don't know your snakes at all, because that is certainly not getting to know your snakes very well. So I might be pushing what would be my normal boundaries even when talking about snakes here, but I see so many snakes that are saying something and are doing an action to that saying, and people just ignore them. And then I see people when that snake is not doing an action at all, go in, pick them up, pull them out for whatever reason. And it is not the way to do it with a snake if you want to have that relationship. Now, when I say going in and pulling them out, going over that so that people don't confuse the fact that I've got anything against anybody going in and getting their snake out. I don't, especially when they're young ones. You need to develop a relationship with them. And, little ones, they're not going to be at their door necessarily saying, let me out. I have had little ones that do that. I've had ones that don't do that. Even Tessa at 8 months of age, she's still a little bit flighty, but she doesn't want to bite me anymore. This hand does not hurt her. As I developed doing that with her realizing I wasn't hurting her, nothing happened to her. She came out for a little while with me. She would be a little bit flighty in my hands and active, but then she'd kind of let go of that and chill out and relax, and you can feel it in them. You know that that's exactly, why are you hiding your head? And I will always disrupt by chatting to my snakes, because that is what I do. And as much as people may think that's idiotic and they don't understand what you're saying, no. When I say to Lily, why are you hiding your head? She could care less that I've actually said that. But for me, it's just that interaction. It's just a part of having that relationship with them. So, seeing your snake at the door and totally ignoring them, and so many do, and I know I hear, I've got too many, I don't have the time, I've got 100 snakes here, and I just can't. Every time one of the snakes is at the door, because there could be 10 of them at the door, or 50, half of them at the door wanting to come out. And that's a shame. A real shame for those snakes that don't get the attention, that don't get the door open, that the human doesn't respond to what it is that they're actually saying. If somebody can tell me why they're at the door other than they're hungry, okay, they could be in breeding mode and they're smelling the hormones. Even the females smell the males and become quite agitated in their enclosures, for sure. Males do, and they'll be at their door. They'll want to get out if they can smell the females. Yep, that could be one reason. I don't see my snakes at the door just because it's breeding season. Hello, thank you for showing your head. That's very nice of you, Lily. I appreciate that right now. Lily is at the door wanting to come out, but this is as far as she's got, because sometimes that's all my girl wants to do, don't you? Is just hang your head out, party your body out, sometimes just completely goes to sleep there, happily goes to sleep there. Well, that's fine by me. She doesn't have to come all the way out, but I acknowledged it. I opened the door. I let her, now of course, make a choice. I've had Lily with me for a long time. I know her. I know what she does. I know there are times where she wants to come fully out. Other times, no, this is it. This is as much as I want to do. Or sometimes she comes out and all she does is hang across this branch. Big branch, but that's what she hangs across. Because that's what Lily has chosen to do. Who am I to question that? But she's allowed to feel neglected and unwanted and unloved and uncared for if I didn't open her door for her. Yes, there are times when I can't. I've got a doctor's appointment. I'm going out. If I have a doctor's appointment and Lily has already been out for quite some time and she is actually up and settled in that hangout spot, I have a camera sitting right there that I utilise when I go out, and I will leave Lily out because she does not want to go home. How and when does Lily want to go home? Well, I can tell you when Lily's been out all day and it's getting into the evening time and I go up there to get Lily out, Lily again is just like limp in my hands. I can pick her up. She actually will come down for me because she knows she's going home, but she also knows she's had out time, plenty of out time. So she's satisfied. She's contented with her day. And here comes the tail. Slowly but surely she might be going to have a drink, which sometimes Lily does before she decides to come completely out. No, she's decided, no, I'm not particularly thirsty. So, yes, I hate seeing snakes at their door and being ignored, completely ignored. A life of being shut in would be miserable for them. Absolutely miserable. And I'm not going to be beating around the bush. I am not going to be saying, well, that's okay, because it's not okay. And I'm never going to be able to say it's okay. So lots of snakes do not get this freedom, do not get to make choices. And I do believe that they should be allowed to. I'll end it by saying, if this is too harsh, if, it's easy for me to say because, I have only got 10 snakes. And yeah, I choose to have 10 snakes. And I'm pretty much, no, she's going to have a drink. That's pretty much Lily. Like I said, not every time, but certainly decides to have a good drink before she decides to come on out. Guess it saves her having to come all the way back down and grab a drink of water. And often I will put her water bowl up so that she knows it's there if she does get thirsty. I just think a little bit forward, I guess, sometimes for my snakes. So yes, I do only have 10, and me saying what I say must be so easy to say. Try doing that with 100 snakes. And so, well, I guess that's why I don't have 100 snakes, because I couldn't care for them properly. In the end, I wouldn't be able to care for them properly. And that's why I only have 10. So, from Lily and me, we will say ciao.